Every evening, after my kids are ready for bed, we have a routine where we all read a book. The older ones read their own books, but my youngest hasn't quite learned that skill yet, so I help her out by reading her a story every night. One day, I noticed that many of the stories had a similar theme. The characters come in threes. 3 Little Pigs, Goldilocks, and the 3 Bears, Momotaro, aka Peach Boy, who recruits 3 animals to help fight some demons. I started digging, which honestly took 3 seconds because of Google, and found that the number 3 acts as the smallest, most efficient pattern that satisfies the brain's desire for order, which explains why every Netflix show has 3 good episodes and 5 others that cause you to be emotionally committed. There's even a Latin saying that goes, omni trium perfectum, meaning everything that comes in threes is perfect. Which is great because we are starting a 3-part series to cover Coquitlam, Port Moody, and Port Coquitlam, also known locally as the Tricities. Why are they called the Tricities? Simply put, they are 3 distinct and adjacent suburban cities that share many municipal services such as the school district, transit and healthcare services, and even the local newspaper, the Tri-City News. They are 3 interdependent cities that provide what the other is lacking. Coquitlam has them all, Port Moody has the vibes, and Port Coquitlam has the Costco. Hi, my name is Simon Liu, and I am your friend in real estate here in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. The goal of this channel is to become your most trusted and reliable source of information about real estate in and around Vancouver. We aim to provide you with the most up-to-date, most interesting, and relevant information that you need to know about for your next move. If you are thinking about making a move to Vancouver and its surrounding areas, my team and I would love the opportunity to be interviewed to be your realtor. We have helped close to 1,000 families who happily move up, down, and around over the last 19 years. I invite you to send me an email to info@happyhomesvancouver.com or a text message to 778-688-6838. Let us help you find your happy home. Is the city getting too busy and more difficult to get around? Do you love the Vancouver lifestyle, but might be ready to move to a quieter place to live? Are you looking for more space in an area that is known as a great place to raise a family? What if I told you there's a place just a short distance from Vancouver that blends multicultural, high-density urban living with the rugged wilderness of nearby mountains and lakes? A place where there are numerous community centers and sports facilities that help growing families thrive. A place that is accessible by transit and by car. No, I'm not describing the utopian city of SimCity. I'm talking about the big brother of the Tri-Cities. Welcome to Coquitlam. If you've been looking at housing in Metro Vancouver, you must be thinking, the price of a home in Vancouver hurts my soul, but I still want that lifestyle and I still want to live here. Well, I have good news for you. Coquitlam might be the best place for you to move without selling your soul, at least not the good half. Today, we're breaking down what it's actually like to live here. We'll talk about the good, the bad, and the strange. Like all good middle children, Coquitlam tends to be the adaptable and dependable peacemaker between their siblings in Port Moody and Port Coquitlam. It's the one that keeps everything running smoothly, yet still doesn't get to choose the restaurant for the family night out. Coquitlam is the largest and the second oldest district in the Tri-Cities, and is also the one in the middle geographically. The shape of Coquitlam can be described as a tilted hourglass, with 2 larger parcels of land and a smaller central section that connects them. Located 15 kilometers from the border of Vancouver, Coquitlam is tucked in an area on the east side of North Burnaby, Port Moody to the north, the Coquitlam River to the east, and the Fraser River to the south. There are amazing neighborhoods like the transit-oriented hubs around Coquitlam Center, the family-friendly Central Coquitlam community, an area known for good schools and parks, the prestigious Westwood Plateau neighborhood, where some of the largest homes are. No matter where you live in Coquitlam, you're sure to eventually ask yourself at least once a day, how do I end up at another park? People who live in Coquitlam choose the city for the close proximity to the outdoors, the large lots on safe streets where you can still find kids playing outside, the good schools and community centers, the easy access to neighboring suburbs. Despite mostly being known by people who don't live here for being the home of Koreatown and the other IKEA location, Coquitlam is a safe city that offers all of the amenities of the big city without the congestion. You move to Coquitlam for more space, but you really stay here for the parks and the outdoors. When you ask your wife to go for a walk to the park, she will likely say, which one? Take a stroll down Foster Avenue, which is a 3-kilometer stretch, and you will walk past 6 parks. With the numerous creeks and waterways going through the city, these protected spaces ensure that the city has a lot of trees and plenty of lakes. The crown jewel of the city is a debate to be had. Some will tell you that Lafarge Lake, which is a man-made lake that was formed from an excavation pit from an old gravel quarry owned and operated by the Lafarge Cement Company in the 50s to 60s. It is located in Town Center Park, and some claim this park is the most important to Coquitlam residents, where many events are held, including the annual Christmas lights display around the park. It's a major sports center where the Coquitlam Tennis Club is located. It has numerous outdoor volleyball courts, as well as being the site of Percy Perry Stadium. Town Center Park is also home of the Coquitlam Metro Florida Soccer Club that hundreds of Coquitlam families send their children to for one of the best soccer training programs in the country. Others will say that Mundy Park, originally owned by George Mundy in the late 19th century for the purpose of land speculation due to the expansion of the railway. The land was subdivided and logged in the early 20th century before it was repurchased by the city in a tax sale around 1970. It has since become a protected ecological refuge and park. Today, Mundy Park is mainly a forest with Mundy Lake and Lost Lake in the middle, and is home to numerous sports fields, a huge outdoor treehouse playground, spanning outdoor pool, and a challenging disc golf course. If these two amazing parks are not enough outdoors for you, then you need to test your lungs on the 894 steps of the Coquitlam Crunch Trail. This 2.2 kilometer uphill trail has an elevation gain of 242 meters and rewards you with a beautiful view at the top and a leisurely walk back down. Living here definitely feels like you accidentally signed up for a fitness class without agreeing to it. Okay, cool. Nature is great, but can we get some bubble tea with that? Stay tuned as we dig into that spoiled city-dwelling life we're also used to. I often hear from my clients in Vancouver who are considering moving further east that Coquitlam is not convenient. Ironically, if you ask a Coquitlam resident why they love living here, they'll tell you that it's because it's so convenient. They'll also tell you that one of the biggest reasons why families move to Coquitlam is because of the amenities. Let's start with the numerous recreation centers throughout the city. In each sub-community within the city, you'll find community centers such as Smiling Creek up at Burke Mountain, Millardville Community Center that serves the historic Millardville neighborhood, and the Pine Tree Community Center that serves North Coquitlam and surrounding areas. You'll also have the mother of all rec centers in Poirier Sports and Leisure Center and the Community Center, which also houses the Dogwood Pavilion and Centennial Activity Center. Ice rinks, swimming pool, tennis courts, library, it's all here. And good news for those in the Burke Mountain area, you're going to get a new rec center that also will feature a pool, indoor gym, fitness center, and a multi-purpose room, and a library. And after you're done getting your steps in and your sweat on, you can quickly grab everything you need on your way home. There's the boutique mom and pop shops along Austin Heights in central Coquitlam, the furniture district along United Boulevard, and the nearly 200 shops at Coquitlam Center to find all that you might be looking for. Everyone knows the Korean food scene around here, but Coquitlam also offers a diverse range of restaurants. There's the local favorites like the Coquitlam Grill, known locally for the generous portions and probably the best pancake in town, a wide range of Asian restaurants, and a good collection of Italian and Middle Eastern cuisine. And if you want to check out an Asian food court without driving into the spiral of death like you would at Crystal Mall in Burnaby, you can check out Henderson Mall, where they have the parking lot situations all sorted out. Okay, great. So we have all the shops and restaurants covered, but how do we get around this place? Living in Coquitlam can mean that you can live without a car, but you're going to have to build a pretty strong relationship with that bus schedule. Like Forrest Gump sitting on a bench waiting for the bus to arrive.
Life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Okay, it's not that bad. They come every 30 minutes. Just enough time to consider buying a new car. Coquitlam is one of those places that sounds suburban, but doesn't behave like it. It's surprisingly easy to get around with transit. The evergreen SkyTrain line connects you to Surrey, Burnaby, and Vancouver. You also have the West Coast Express, which stops at the Coquitlam Center and gets you downtown in comfort. Not to mislead you, but driving is very much a necessity when you're living in Coquitlam. Even though it's easy to get around by transit, having a car will make life so much better in this part of Metro Vancouver, especially since there isn't much traffic out here. You can take advantage of the easy access to Lougheed Highway and Highway 1 for a quick trip out of town, because driving when you're not riding bumper to bumper makes the journey so much more enjoyable. You may even get the feeling that you're starring in the Fast and the Furious 13, Coquitlam Drift around a park and no traffic, or whatever they're calling it now. If this all sounds great, wait until you hear about this next part. If your budget and the market are no longer in speaking terms or even texting each other, it's a serious ghosting situation, then Coquitlam is going to give you a reason to move on and live again. Coquitlam is more affordable than Vancouver and only slightly more expensive than Maple Ridge or Langley. When you buy a home in Coquitlam, you are paying for being in an established area that gives you the balance between nature and the city, a family-oriented community that offers parks and natural resources for families to grow, easy access to the transportation system that you can still use to get around to places that you need to be, and best of all, a place where your money is safe because the long-term growth potential is still very much untapped. Basically, you're paying for a lifestyle that doesn't force you to choose between I want to be one with nature and I want takeout at 9 p.m. So what's this all going to cost? Let's start with rentals. As of the date of this recording, a typical 2-bedroom apartment in Vancouver rents for roughly $3,250 per month. Over in Coquitlam, that same 2-bedroom is around $2,700. That's a difference of about $550 every month, which might not seem that dramatic at first glance, but stretch that over a year and you're looking at over $6,600 saved. If you can put that aside for 5 years, you will have a 5% down payment required for a home buyer to buy their first home, or just spend it all on bubble tea. I don't judge, I just observe. If we look at the purchase price of a home, we see a massive difference in both the condo and detached markets. Let's look at these two trendy and established neighborhoods that are close to transit and shops. In Vancouver, the median price for a 2-bedroom condo in the downtown core will cost approximately $860,000, while the same home in North Coquitlam, which is the area around Coquitlam Center, costs around $645,000. For a detached home, the benchmark price in Vancouver is $2.3 million, while you can find a larger home with a larger lot in Coquitlam for $1.6 million. Honest take, you're getting more value in Coquitlam just for moving 30 minutes to the east. Stay tuned as we talk about who Coquitlam is built for and who should probably decline that invitation. So, who'd want to live in Coquitlam and who should probably stay away? Usually someone who wants the Metro Vancouver lifestyle, who doesn't mind a longer commute because they value more room in their homes. It's especially great for families looking for great schools, good facilities for extracurricular activities, and more space at home to grow or hide because of kids. If you know, you know. Every parent watching this, I get you. Young professionals who work in the Vancouver chaos but want peace and quiet in their time away from the office. Nature lovers who don't mind being delayed for their appointments because there's a bear blocking them on the driveway, and the bear's not in a rush. In fact, he believes he was there first, and you're his guest, and he's about to dig up some snacks out of the garbage bin to serve you. But if you're the type of person who doesn't like to drive, even just a little, or if the hills offend you, then Coquitlam might not be the right place for you. This area is definitely a quiet little suburb, but it's also a place that is more convenient than they're given credit for. If you made it this far, you must either really be considering moving to Coquitlam, or you really like hearing about parks. So what's it like to live in Coquitlam? Just like how Coquitlam is the middle child of the Tricities, Coquitlam is a balance between Vancouver and the Fraser Valley. Less chaotic than Vancouver and still closer than the Fraser Valley. It's where you trade a little edge for a lot more breathing room. A place where if you make the wrong turn, you might end up at a really cool park or a really delicious Korean barbecue. Remember the rule of 3 that I opened with? This is where Coquitlam nails it perfectly with space, price, and convenience. So what do you think? Can you handle all that fresh air? Do you like what that squirrel is doing? Want to join in? Reach out if you're thinking about moving here. I'll help you avoid buying a home next to a bear. If you're thinking about moving to Coquitlam and want to know which neighborhoods fit your lifestyle, I would love to be the realtor to help you with that. So please email me at info@happyhomesvancouver.com or send a text message to 778-688-6838 and let's get you settled into your happy home. If you found this video helpful and want to see more of it, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel or share with a friend so you can help us help more people. In the meantime, check out my other video on this channel where I break down another fantastic Vancouver suburb. Again, my name is Simon Liu, here to serve you here in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.